This video is about the most corrupt mayor in America.
Sir, can you explain to us a little bit?
I wanna, you guys step over there on public property.
The goons have come out.
So I love strawberries.
Tommy G, they call me. Milwaukee representative. Hello, folks. I'm Tommy G. Today we're looking into the most corrupt mayor in America, allegedly. The mayor. Is she a hero or a villain?
No.
Don't speak to the press.
We're in a town with potentially one of the most corrupt mayors in America. We're still looking, but this is just for videotaping. Look how many police they brought out here. Are you gonna get in your view?
You don't like granola? That's the healthiest part of the yogurt.
I'll get mine, you get yours?
One day while scrolling through TikTok, I was assaulted by a barrage of videos covering Dolton, Illinois Mayor Tiffany Henyard. She refers to herself as the super mayor as well as the most powerful woman in Chicago's South
Damn.
Side. But does she use her power for good? People on the internet and in her own community have been calling her the most corrupt mayor in America, and here are some of the things she's been accused of. Stripping business licenses away from people that don't contribute to her charity, pay-for-play kickbacks and bribes, taking lavish first-class trips on the taxpayer dime, making the city pay for her own personal ice skating rink, using the taxpayer money as a marketing budget for self-promotion for things like 122 billboards.
That selfish bitch. We gotta see first. We gotta, Lord, not my city.
With her face on it, and
Chloe's the most powerful woman in Chicago.
Using tens of thousands of taxpayer money dollars per month to hire a PR firm that's designed to clean up her image. And I'll give her this, her image is tough to clean up. Here's some more reasons why. She double dips as both the mayor of Dolton and the village of Thornton Township supervisor, and she's made it so that if she's not re-elected as supervisor, the incoming person would receive a 90% pay cut. She's racked up credit card debt like she's trying to set a record, and she tells the residents things like better have my money and compares herself to Martin Luther King. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's alleged that she rolls around like a crime boss. Some people claim that she's even gone as far as having the cars of people that oppose her shot up to intimidate them. She rolls around in a convoy of extensive private security, of course on the taxpayer dollar, and it's said that she has the police force in her pocket partly due to the outrageous amounts of overtime she allows her officers to be paid. Again, on the taxpayer dollar. I hope you're noticing the theme here. Unfortunately for Tiffany and her police chief lapdog.
I don't know about that, bro, because like mayors are the worst because that's where your tax dollars, your actual tax dollars go to like change your everyday life. Like the president, everyone can bitch and complain, but what you really should be bitching and complaining about is your mayors and your governors. Because, like, they're the people that can change your everyday life. Like, how nice are your rec centers? How nice are your streets? Where the cops patrol at? Where, like, what city ordinances do you have? Like, curfews. Healthcare in your area. The amount of grocery stores, the amount of businesses, what businesses can come in and out. What businesses get business license, etc. What up?
Officer Louis Lacey, I have in my possession receipts, disciplinary forms, documents, and insider information that we will be diving into in great detail today. Folks, this channel does not stand for bullies, and by the end of my expose, I'm sure you'll draw the conclusion that Tiffany, Officer Lacey, and their
I wanted some honey, but I don't have any honey, so we're gonna have to do just yogurt, and granola, and blueberries. And I had to eat my strawberries separate because I didn't want to waste too much time, your guys' time waiting for me to come back. So I was like, I don't have time to cut these up, so I eat them plain.
Cronies are not only bullies of the worst kind, but an absolute disgrace to the title of public servant. The FBI is currently investigating.
Police officers are in the worst state they've ever been in the last 12 years. I mean, like mayors is like being a mayor is like a lot of power, especially for someone that's not like really into politics and they don't understand it. Are you kidding?
Investigating her, so I hope she gets to see this video, but I'm not sure what the Wi-Fi situation is.
Oh, she's under a current FBI investigation. That's not good.
Is in Cook County Jail. Let's begin the episode.
First day out and back to work like shit ain't nothing happened. Was gone 190 some days, but shit I'm back in next. Pull on this block and put my gloves on just like Michael Jackson.
I'm bagging. Abbott, Texas.
Hopefully, folks, if you're watching this right now, you have the privilege of living in a democracy. And if you live in a democracy, that means that you've elected people that should represent you and have your best interest at heart. Right now in the United States, we have a crisis with our politicians. There's an awful lot of people that are abusing their positions of power to enrich themselves and to you
We
the
just started
citizen.
the
You can
video.
look at the national level where we have people like Tommy
still.
Tuberville, Nancy Pelosi, U.S. senators and Congress people that, while being full-time politicians, are also somehow the best stock traders we've ever
Vanilla
seen. They're
Creek yogurt
outperforming
is
Wall
so
Street.
good.
Today, folks, we look at it at a local level. We're looking at the most corrupt mayor in America. And I have to say allegedly, because this mayor, Tiffany Henyard, she likes using the legal system. People that don't agree with her or speak out against her, she has a lot of cases that have been filed.
Y'all should be ashamed of y'allself. Y'all black, and y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman.
I want to avoid being dragged into court by her. So
Damn. That's crazy.
I'm gonna say this is all alleged. This is all my opinion. And we'll let the FBI, who's also in town right now, determine the facts of the case. We're speaking to a lot of people, angry, upset, and ready to speak out against this mayor for all the egregious things she's allegedly done. So folks, let's pull up, let's hit the streets, and let's dive into this story.
Let go of the purse, but I can be without it.
Jet, bro, what the fuck are you talking about? She didn't even say anything wrong.
Couldn't even eat, couldn't even sleep without
Her voice is
it. They
fine.
locked my dog up for
Bro, trust me, if you go to Chicago, bro, that's just the Chicago accent. I lived in Chicago for a while, and that's just how everyone talk. I met a lot of good people with that kind of accent. I met a lot of, like, bad people with that kind of accent. Like, you know, your accent really doesn't define you. You know what I mean? You have berries. Yeah, I got blueberries.
what I am and I want to speak about it.
Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
She's a villain. She
White Castle's disgusting.
really don't be doing nothing for us. She tried to make a big show.
No, I don't have any honey. Like I said, I'm still, like, on the road, so, like, I'm not buying, like, full groceries, but, like, at my place, like, home, I always have honey. Honey is one of my favorite ingredients to add to, like, breakfast foods.
A big ass.
One of my favorite things to do is to get the caramel rice cakes, put honey on it, and a little bit of granola on top. Tiffany is the super villain girl name.
But she's not doing stuff that really needs to be done.
We heard that the FBI is in town looking into her.
They are
What is she allegedly guilty of, do you think?
stealing that money. Because you know her family work with her. Most likely she's stealing money and giving it to her family and using it for herself instead of giving it to the people that actually need it. And she be having her names all on the trucks and stuff. Like, it be everywhere.
Bills obtained by Fox 32 under open records laws shows Thornton Township paid more than $10,000 for the vinyl signs themselves.
If you could speak with her directly, anything you would say to
Get some local Texas for you. That's crazy. So if you guys know, one of the biggest no-no in politics is using, you know, government funds for election purposes. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's like one of the biggest no-nos in politics, using like voter money, that's meant for the town, meant for the city, to get yourself reelected. All that stuff should be from, you know, fundraisers, your own personal pocket. You can't use taxpayer money to campaign.
Tiffany?
Do better.
Did you know the mayor, Tiffany? Yeah. Hero or villain? Villain! He's a gangster. Pulling up to the administration building where we're meeting
Damn, bro, it actually is bad. She might actually be a thug.
trustees, people that are our public servants and want to speak out against her. Let's see who we have gathered. So Mayor Tiffany, hero or villain?
From what I know, villain. Her
Reelected.
security guards is getting like 300 hours on their checks and stuff.
The officers are paid every 2 weeks, which without overtime is 80 hours.
As a mayor in a city, if you need security and police, like these are off-duty police officers, she's using taxpayer dollars to work as security for her. Why do you need security as a mayor? Mayor's supposed to be loved in their community, loved in their towns. She's walking, like, what the fuck?
But when they're put on Henyard's detail, that 80 hours
He's a gangster.
balloons to well over 100 hours, sometimes 200 hours. And in the case of Officer Terry Young last May, 303 hours worked over a 2-week period.
That's insane. That's a scam. She's got the police in her pocket. Mafia leader. Listen, I'll say this, bro. From literally inside experience, police officers, a lot of times that you see them sitting somewhere, they're sitting in their car taking naps. They're watching Netflix. They're doing TikTok lives. They're doing all kinds of shit on your dollar. I promise you. Literally. I know for a fact. I went through police academy, and I had a lot of friends still in police academy, and one of my friends says, bro, on my 16-hour shifts, I probably will watch like 2 or 3 hours of Netflix just sitting in my car somewhere. Like, it's insane.
That resulted in a single paycheck of more than $13,000.
How does a person put in a 2-week pay period, 303 hours? That's impossible.
How are you securing somebody in your sleep? How are you getting 300 hours so you know that she's pulling money from somewhere? I don't know.
They're not clocking out. And they're saying they're still on the clock when they're not.
Nowhere. She's not pulling out her butt, so clearly we know.
Need bodyguards.
Rocking some new attire, okay?
To walk out your front door, a mayor needs like 5 security guards around her.
Mainstream media, they've tried attacking me, this channel, because we stand for truth and actually talking to people. So if you want to join the resistance, join the movement, link is in the description. And I'm actually going to FaceTime 3 people that buy it in the next 48 hours. I'm picking 3 of you to FaceTime, talk to you, connect to you. So join the movement, link in the description.
Most of them have a good amount of power, I would say.
What do you expect of a mayor when you elect them? What kind of behavior do you expect?
Leadership, inclusiveness,
What is a trustee?
the governing bodies. We maintain the finances, amend, and make laws for the community.
Now, if she does indeed go to prison for this, will you be putting any money on her commissary?
No. She's using the police as her scapegoat to intimidate, retaliate. People speak against her. They're giving people tickets. It's just a lot of stuff.
The police are in her pocket?
Yes.
Are they on her payroll or what?
Police are payroll.
Do you think she's a hero or a villain?
A villain. She is spending all.
These other ones were random citizens. These are old trustees that used to be on the board who'd make city laws and ordinances, who used to work for the mayors. And these are former trustees. I think my face might be covering it. I don't know. Let me see how big my camera is. Do I need to reduce my camera size, chat? Let me know. But it's saying a lot of shit in the corner. Game of Thrones. I'm gonna be honest. Yes, reduce the size. I got it. Because like I don't like you guys missing out on some of that information, and then like me having to like reiterate it to you. Because then like, let me put it like down here. Because like these YouTubers be putting hella shit up in the top left corner. Like streamers ain't gonna be watching that. Let me know if that's better.
The village of Dalton tax dollars and Thornton Township, which is part of the village of Dalton.
This is Valeria Stubbs, a vocal critic of the mayor who believes her home was
Damn, Jep was right away.
shot up at the
How she even get reelected? Because of the intimidation and the pay cut. By 2016. I'll say this. The only thing I'll say to Jep to defend that is like anytime like I hear like someone who's not ever been to an American like city or town talk about like American politics, it's always like very, very skewed from like what's actually happening. Because like obviously a lot of mayors aren't like this. There are a lot of great mayors out there and stuff like this. And so like you hear one story, you think that's all of politics. But like there's a lot of great like people doing good work out there. A lot of great mayors and cities cleaning it up. Like if you look at Detroit has come so far in 10 years. Inner city Chicago has been cleaned up a lot. Makes so much sense, to be honest. Florida's made some big changes. The governor of Tennessee, just literally the first place ever in the world. Dude, I love the WWE. Like that's one of my secret little passions when I was a kid. I used to watch a lot of WWE. But the governor of Texas got the first ever in America that people who sexually assault children or R-word children can be put to fucking death. I love those places. So like, the only stories that ever get out of America are the crazy, insane ones. I watch WWE. I used to play it on my PSP all the time. WWE SmackDown. WWE versus Raw. So like, I will say that. Me too, because like every crazy story gets out, but none of the good stories gets out. Knox County currently, that's crazy. I mean, like you guys remember when what's his face The Rock said he was going to run for president, and he got like all that hate, and he was like, never mind.
Request of the mayor stemming from a bitter feud they had last summer. Asked if she believed that Henyard was behind the shooting, Stubbs did not hesitate. Absolutely, she told the New York Post.
We have some of the high
of the mayor, Valeria Stubbs, a vocal critic of the mayor who believes her home was shot up at the request of the mayor stemming from a bitter feud they had last summer. Asked if she believed that Henyard was behind the shooting, Stubbs did not hesitate. Absolutely, she told the New York Post.
We have some of the highest taxes, property taxes in the Southland. And because we have a food desert out here, lack of businesses, we need all the tax dollars that we can get. She created Greenwood Falls ice skating rink that is never open, that does not generate any revenue whatsoever.
It's your mayor, Tiffany A. Henry, the people's mayor. We're finally in the second phase of Greenwood Falls. And remember, we do this for you residents because we care. You come first.
I saw a video where she was in the ice rink having a party.
Only when she's having something is the ice skating rink open.
So she basically has a personal ice rink that she's funded through taxpayer dollars and gets to use for her own parties.
Yes. When she went to a board meeting and dressed as Nino Brown, said that the residents better have her money.
Who's Nino Brown? How?
Being referred to right now is the town hall meeting when Mayor Tiffany walked in dressed as Nino Brown for the movie New Jack City, with the Rihanna song playing.
Okay, I remember that outfit now. Typical communist, that's insane.
In the background, better have my money, as a message to her residents.
Every single resident.
She played a Rihanna song in a city council meeting. Bitch better have my money. She didn't. That's crazy.
Pay me what you owe me.
What she fails to realize is that that is not her money. That is the taxpayer money. But this is much bigger than Mayor Tiffany. This is a larger trend around the country of
you can't even make that shit up.
Public servants and institutions showing that they have no regard where our money goes or how they piss it away. For example, the Department of Defense has failed their audit the last 10 years in a row and are unable to account for up to $3.1 trillion worth of assets. They are accountable to us. We fund them. So my question to them is, where is our money? And
yeah,
they need.
Bitch, where is our motherfucking money? Where's all the fucking public amenities? Where's all the things? Where's all the nice restaurants? All this stuff we're funding? Where the fuck is it? Our roads are shit. No one's getting paid shit. Where's our money? It's crazy.
Need to answer that.
There's two sides of this. There's the township and the village, and she kind of double dips. She's the mayor of the...
She's the mayor of the village.
She's the mayor of the village, and she's also a supervisor
for the Thornton Township.
And combined, her income from this job is...
I say over $300,000 a year, because she get perks too.
But she would make it that if the next person that gets elected would get $25,000.
Right.
So that's a kind of way to ice out the competition.
Wait, what?
The next person that gets elected would get $25,000.
So she makes 300K, but if someone else ran against her, they would only get 20. Like, bro, that's like working at. Bro, I made like $21,000 a year working at motherfucking as a personal trainer at Planet Fitness. That's insane. That's absurd.
Right. So that's a kind of way to ice out the competition.
She was appointed to that position, not elected. If she was elected,
she wasn't even elected.
Position, that salary would go down, and I believe it was approximately $50,000.
The FBI is in town. Do you think Tiffany knows she's cooked, or do you think she thinks she's innocent, or what do you think?
I really don't think that she thinks she's going to jail. I'm also a former Cook County Sheriff for the Department of Correction, and I suggest that she go and take a tour of that facility so she can see what's in store for her.
That's, folks, you don't need to be a corrupt mayor to need a lawyer. Is it fair to say that Mayor Tiffany probably needs a good lawyer?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Everyone needs a lawyer. Everyone should have a lawyer in their back pocket. I have lawyers in my circle, and they're very helpful. Here's why. Life can happen. One day you can be walking down the street and you get hit by a car. You get attacked by a dog. In situations like these, you need a lawyer. In the last couple of years, Mayor Tiffany.
Bro, lawyers are sponsoring YouTube videos now? The public. Bro, she's just turning up, acting like she did all this amazing shit. She's so rich. When it's like our money. Can you do that? Yeah, you can. Like, something crazy, I've said this before, like, if the sheriff wants to raid your home, and, you know, he thinks, like, he says in his head he thinks you're a threat, he can kick your door down and raid your home without a search warrant. The sheriff's department, not the police department, the sheriff's department. How a mayor is appointed. Through the legal system, there's loops and stuff. I've heard of sheriffs being appointed. I've heard of, you know, treasurers being appointed, different things. We'll appoint a mayor. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, love you, Casey. See ya, bro.
Hero or villain?
Villain.
How is Tiffany doing with taxpayer money?
This guy is not a former trustee. He's a current trustee, so he currently works under the mayor and says she's a villain.
Information, and that kind of goes to the root of the problem. There isn't much transparency. There isn't much back and forth as far as, you know, hey, this is what we're doing. This is why we're doing it. Things of that nature.
And it's taxpayer dollars she's spending, so we should be able to see every single dollar she spends of our taxpayer money. Real Turk. That says a lot. I know. Barely has power.
Nature. But then it also goes into different things like types of accommodations and things. And I know a lot of people have heard things about that as far as like, you know,
you don't need to be in the Bellagio
exactly.
penthouse.
If you're going to get the stipend, then you use it for your meals. You use it for your transportation, things like that. You don't go then and put everything on, say, the township credit card.
They say if you want to find the truth, the best way to do it is to follow the money. So we obtained the Thornton Township credit card statements through a Freedom of Information Act request and got to digging. When we looked through these, we noticed that Tiffany herself does not have a credit card. However, another one of her lapdogs, Thornton Township and Village of Dalton Administrator Keith Freeman, has made some awfully sus purchases in the last year. Take, for example, a round-trip flight from Chicago to DC. Despite an economy ticket running about $200, Tiffany and Keith booked flights on the Thornton taxpayer dollar for $1,265 each. That's first class, folks.
Oh my God! From $200 to $1,200 each.
Another set of transactions is the Bliss Beauty, a local hair salon. $565 on January 16th, $1,225.
Why is she at a hair salon? Theo's Steakhouse, China Star Kitchen, Floss Station, Target. Like, why are these don't look like they're being paid for the town?
On February 3rd and $1,735 on February 19th of 2023. Now my question.
Why is Grubhub on the township card?
Question for Keith and his purchase of $5,400 on beauty supplies is, are these wigs for you? And if that case, Slay Queen, or are you secretly buying wigs for Mayor Tiffany and running up the taxpayer dollar for her? Next, let's talk dining. Mayor Tiffany and her comrades love spending money on extravagant meals, like $427 at Theo's Steak and Seafood and $426 at Hamada of Japan are just the
Should they be spending any money? Are you spending that much on wigs? That was one purchase.
Tip of the iceberg. In fact, in the first 2 billing periods of 2023, Keith Freeman spent $5,900 towards meals on the Thornton Township card. Which begs the question, folks, is this illegal or merely unethical? Because to me, a public servant should not be balling out on the taxpayer dime. The question of legality is not for me to decide. I'll let the FBI handle that one.
Let's just say Tiffany watches this video, and you could say a message directly to her. What would you want to say?
Just resign. Just leave. Let me do my job.
If you're going to be a public servant, you better act like it or get the hell out. I'll see you in jail.
I would like for you to repent for the sins that you have done or go to jail.
We've gone through all this where there's no transparency, seeing where money's been misspent, unfortunately. It's beyond something I think that could be repaired and fixed at this time. It's time to go.
Pulling up to a strip mall to talk to a business owner, Dr. Scott, that has been screwed by the mayor. Let's see what she has to say.
Next, we meet Dr. Scott, who recently bought a strip mall in Dalton. She's trying to bring much needed services to the community, like a free food bank that functions like a grocery shop, but she's struggling against Mayor Tiffany's attempts to drown her out. Everyone I asked about Dr. Scott says she's like a saint and can't believe this is happening to her. Let's meet her and hear her story.
This girl's spending like over like $10,000 a billing period on stuff.
Pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. We're a nonprofit organization. We acquired this entire strip mall to bring additional programs and services to not just Dalton, but the Southland of Cook County. The shelves aren't full now, but by tomorrow we will have all the shelves full.
They probably already have enough to cook her, and they're just like digging deep, just getting everything so they can throw the whole book at her. Illegal? Oh, no. In this video alone, we've seen millions of illegal things already that she's done.
The numbers indicate how much of each item they can have. This area here, when we purchased the property, the idea was to open up, a thrift store, to give people access to quality items. We have not been able to do that.
How long has this been sitting vacant for?
July.
And you still have to pay property taxes.
Yes.
You still have to pay rent. You still have to pay overhead, insurance, all of that.
I still have mortgage. I still have insurance. I do partner with other organizations that give me volunteers, but I do have a small team that we have to pay payroll because we still function. We still try to serve the community by having the grocery store available.
If this isn't able to be funded, whose pocket does it come out of right now?
Mine?
Cities can have layers of bureaucracy that keep you from running your business and making money. And the longer that they keep this vacant, the longer that you have to foot the bill, and the longer that they cost their own people. This in particular makes me mad, because when you see someone actually willing to take a risk like she is, and they're preventing her from doing it, it's not a good thing.
All of this space is to expand the grocery store. Right now, it's just being used as storage. Now, this room here is when we're able to do a pop-up fundraiser. We have things that have been donated to us that we sell to the community. All the clothes and things you see are $1, shoes are $2.
Wow.
I received a letter from the village telling me that I needed to have these 6 things in order for them to even begin to think about giving me permits. And that package was architectural drawings, which I've already submitted to the village, but they want to have a state certification stamp on those drawings, and just a number of different things that they were asking for, as though I were building a building. I'm trying to do simple renovations to get us back up and running.
Flooring,
and
paint, lights.
they're requiring us to do a number of things that someone who is building a structure would need to do. For the type of work I'm trying to do, it doesn't require everything that
You think the mayor would see this as a positive to the community and invest our taxpayer dollars into it? Instead, she's trying to halt it.
Listing. They wanted to come in and do a occupancy inspection. I didn't request the occupancy inspection, and so I said, no, you cannot do it.
Because what they were trying to do is come in and write you up for everything.
Absolutely, to shut me down. When we were closed down for 2 weeks because we had flooded, there was a mother who drove up with 3 kids in the car asking if we were open because she didn't know how she was going to feed her kids.
Wow.
That is what matters to me.
If you could say a direct message to Tiffany, what would you say right now?
It's really unfortunate that you sit in a seat of, yes, power. In my eyes, you did not do the right thing. I have no idea why you chose to stop something that could benefit the community that you love. You know, you grew here. Everybody else flew here. But I said to you when I met with you to see my heart and know that I want to help the community.
This out of the generosity of her heart, you know?
One way we fight corruption is with our vote, another way is with our dollar. I'm going to donate $500 of my own money to this cause to keep this food pantry open and running so that the city can't squash her out of business, so she can help the people. I started the Rally Around Dr. Scott GoFundMe. I put $500 of my own dollars in. Let's flood this lady with money. Let's see what we can do as a YouTube community. And this is also a way to stand against Mayor Tiffany. Link is in my description. Let's blow her up. Thank you guys. Let's blow it up. Let's fund this, and let's give a big giant you to the Mayor Tiffany. If you try to approach her township, her fortress, what happens?
The police gonna come and
I'm up for the challenge. Let's head over to her township and see if we can speak to her or people that might know more about the story.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck on that.
If you need bond money, just call me.
Damn. You can't even go to her office without getting arrested to talk to the mayor?
Hello there. Yeah, as you can tell, some of the city officials don't want to talk about what's been going on, but
let's talk about the motorcade that Tiffany uses to roll around town like she's some sort of crime boss. We did some digging and we found the receipt from the car dealership that Tiffany leased these Tahoes from. On just one of these Tahoes, with a retail price of $93,000, Tiffany overpaid by nearly $56,000.
What the fuck? Why does she have so many Tahoes? Why does she need any Tahoes?
I don't know if she's the worst negotiator on the planet or if there's something fishy going on here, but this is a shining example of how Tiffany has failed the hardworking taxpayers of Dalton. It's purchases like this that has led the town to be millions of dollars in the deficit.
We're probably not going to be able to talk to many of these people because they know that they're guilty, allegedly, but let's go into the township and see what we can find. I love bringing justice to a city. Is Mayor Tiffany, would you say, a hero or villain?
Hero, of course.
Why is that?
Everything she's promised, she's done. You get the garbage picked up properly. There are a lot of improvements. Like
nice.
She has an amusement park for the kids on Greenwood Avenue.
Are you a citizen? Are you an employee of the city?
I'm a citizen. Yeah, I've lived here for almost 32 years.
Because we talked to some people who are really upset about some of her spending. She's buying $150,000 vehicles, the fact that she's bought an ice rink basically for herself. The naysayers are saying some really damning things about her. What do you think about that?
There's this drumbeat to try to remove her. I don't know.
Damn, bro. What? She's more subtle about it.
Her youth or what it is.
So would you say financially she's spending the taxpayer money appropriately?
I think so.
Why do you think the FBI is in town right now?
There's a lot of hubbub and a lot of stuff going around that people talk.
I feel like this guy is the Mayor Tiffany simp.
And me personally, as a citizen of the city, I haven't seen anything overt.
We just talked to business owners across the street in that strip mall that are not getting permitted and licensed to open up things that will help the community. A lot of these people are saying because they don't donate directly to our campaign, you get stripped of your business license or you're not granted a business license.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard of that. If there's such a thing going on, I'm against that for sure. I'm hearing a lot of allegations, but I have not seen anything concrete.
Hello, sir.
Hey, good. How you guys doing?
Oh, good. We're just doing a story. We've heard controversy about the mayor, and we're here to see if she's a hero or a villain. What is your take, sir?
No, I don't have a take. I'm saying, what are you here for? You're just taking.
We're running a video right now.
But you got to get permission to do that.
In a public area, sir?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
That's illegal, bro. That's not even something the mayor could change. That's federal, bro. Freedom of the press. He's scared. That's literally public areas like townships, police departments. You can legally film at any time of day because they're funded in their public areas on the taxpayer's dollar. Bro, it's so crazy to me. Like these people become like police officers. They'll work for like these townships and stuff, and they don't know that. Like they legitimately don't know that. He's squirming. Like that's so scary. Like the police are such thugs and bullies.
Public area, huh? Okay. Which means you get to film in public. There she is, right there. Oh, is this a public area?
Yeah, but we don't. You have to get permission to take pictures of people here. You cannot be in here.
Wait, isn't this a public area though?
You can't be with the cameras. Come on out.
Wait, is this a public area?
Come on out, gentlemen.
Can you ask that question?
Sir, step out, please.
Is this a public area?
Sir, please step out.
That's crazy. I hate police like that. Damn.
I don't think this is legal. Sir? That's a police officer saying that. Sir, can you explain to us a little bit?
I will not.
The man you see here is Deputy Chief Lacey. While you might look at him and think he's a Walmart version of Detroit urban survival, he actually is a man with a disciplinary report thicker than the Bible. He currently has 3 active lawsuits against him. All 3 of them allege violations of the Constitution for the acts he is committing. Let me share some of his past actions with you so you can get a picture of the man he is. Let's start with his petty incidents. One of his reports details him threatening the water company over a $300 bill he didn't want to pay. He's also known for trying not to pay tolls when he drives through them. But things get more serious. Many residents have banded together to note his excessive use of force and his use of the taser. In a 2012 incident, he was sued for 4th Amendment constitutional violations due to excessive force. Lacey lost this case and the judge ordered payment of $12,000 for the incident. In the summer of 2021, 19-year-old Alexis Wilson was shot 7 times and killed by Dolton police. Her mom emailed us twice, pleading with us to expose officers.
You're not interfering with activities. I mean, it's not even. That's a federal law. You can film in any public place.
Lacey. Activists
freedom of the press.
Carlos West and Rabbi Michael McLeenan protested this killing 7 days.
City ordinances can't go against federal laws. Cities and ordinances can make their own laws around state laws and state constitutions, but federal constitution and federal laws, it doesn't matter. If they may even make a law that says, oh, like in our city, you can't film in here, that's a breach of the federal law, and they become a felon, supposedly.
Later, exercising their constitutional right to free speech. However, their rights were violated by Officer Lacey once again when he ordered their arrest without due cause. They filed a lawsuit, and on March 4th, both of these men were awarded $50,000 in settlements.
Bro, this police officer's wrongdoings alone has almost costed this town over 100. Because he's not paying these, by the way. The city pays from the taxpayer dollars pay for, because the police officer has insurance. And they don't fire him, they keep him on duty, and he's cost him over $100,000 worth of dollars. Like, what the fuck? Plus what we're paying them. I know about the laws, yeah.
This is one of Mayor Tiffany's lead.
When I was in police academy, they told us, they said a lot of things that police officers rely on is how little citizens actually know about the laws.
Dogs that she uses to control the town through his goonish actions. Another case he was involved in resulted in the largest.
Yes, and some girl was shot 17 times. You're in Illinois? What?
Settlement in Cook County history.
No.
$33.5 million.
You guys step over there on public property.
And a $33 million lawsuit?
Public property. Where is the public property?
Have a good day.
Can you not answer my question, sir?
Do you have ID? In Illinois, you have to have ID. Do you have ID?
No, you can't. The only time a police officer can ask for your ID is if he has reasonable suspicion that you could be committing a crime. See, look, I don't even have to read it right there. Reasonable suspicion. And filming is not reasonable suspicion of committing a crime.
May I see it, please?
What is the thing you suspect us of doing?
In a minute, I'm asking you.
This is a public taxpayer area that we're now being
Step over here, sir.
hassled.
Step over here.
The goons have come out.
Okay. Here we. Oh,
this is quite a response for people doing a story.
Oh my god! And that's the police. That's the chief. Yeah, he's the one in charge of everybody.
Keep walking, sir.
How many police vehicles are coming for this?
What exactly are you guys trying to accomplish out here?
The mayor. Is she a hero or a villain?
No.
This is part of
He's telling his officers not to speed.
the convoy too, guys. The taxpayer sponsored Tahoe's right there at $150K for a vehicle. Oh wow. That's
Run me
more
over.
guys on the scene.
When you're ready.
I can tell you, sir, I'm not riding dirty in the slightest, so there's nothing you'll probably do.
651.
Sir, can you do me a favor?
Sure.
Can you have your guys sit in the car, please?
What? No.
You sure?
Yeah, it's because he doesn't want to be recorded or filmed with what he's about to do to this guy.
If you want us to do something off camera and I'm surrounded by 6 people, I'm not about to do that.
Yeah, step back real quick.
Can you please tell me why you refuse to say what the public area is that you want me to go to? Tommy G, they call me. Milwaukee representative.
Everybody cams on?
In Milwaukee, you can literally steal a car and rob a bank and not this many cops show up. So once I come up clean, then what?
Who else got ID?
Coming back. You're on your way for what? He didn't even commit a crime. Who else got ID? Bro, you did not have to present your ID to. This is so scary. They're literally a gang with badges that could shoot and kill you. And they just in this one video, they've breached so many laws. This is what I'm saying, bro. People hate cops. It's not because they're criminals. It's because cops are corrupt and broken. That's insane.
State of Illinois, you're supposed to have ID.
Go get your ID.
No, in no state can they force you to ask your ID unless they have reasonable suspicion of a crime. That is our American fucking right. Official oppression. These cops are icky. Intimidate. Yeah, dude, they are. It's like, now we know your name. We're running you to see if you have any warrants. That is so illegal, bro. And the thing is, police officers get away with this every single damn day.
For what?
Hey, go get your ID. Unlock the car so you can get his ID.
It's not a request.
Oh, it's not a request.
It's not at all.
You know you're lying.
They're making... You're liable?
In Illinois.
For what?
Get it right. I know who you are.
You're liable, get it right? What is he talking about?
Get your information, get it right.
That sounds like a threat.
Coming back, valid.
Hey, dude, nice job. You're valid, dude. Good for you.
I'm legal, so.
Okay, gentlemen, have a good day.
Are you gonna get in your vehicle? I'll get in mine, you get in yours?
Like, these are public servants that are supposed to serve the public. What the hell? Cops are so dirty, bro.
Go to your car. Have a good day.
What the f is going on, these motherfuckers?
We should probably.
That is absurd. I've seen police officers operate with, like, they're very uneducated and they might say things that aren't the law, they think is the law, or, like, one-off. But to see, like, them operate in, like, a gang manner and trying to intimidate this guy so much and, like not threaten him, but, like, say everything around the threat is insane. Like, I haven't seen it in, like, an official manner like this. Canine Officer Malone and Lacey. Motherfuckers wearing a belt and suspenders, bro. The fuck? Damn, bro. How bad are you that fat and short that you can't find pants wide and big enough you need a belt and suspenders? Jesus Christ.
That's intimidation. This is why the trustees did not want us to come here. Jesus fucking
Fuck you up and get your
Christ,
bag.
dude.
It's cracking me. I'm baffled right now. Dude, no, I honestly, like I said, I went through college for criminal justice. I went through police academy. I saw a lot of corruption, but I had never seen corruption like organized like that. Jesus Christ. What a frog.
This is something that someone that's innocent would be doing. Look, business. Shut down, and shut down. Mayor Tiffany, when you go to jail, there will be many people applauding it.
Be a journalist, yeah.
Police officers or something like that in Dalton.
Holy shit! That's wow! Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's Deputy Chief Lacey. He's the biggest jerk of all.
Officer Lacey, you want to handle this like a real man? I will pay you a week's salary. Any gym in Illinois or Wisconsin, I'll meet you there.
For call out.
Handle it like men, If I lose, I give it to you. If I win, I donate to charity. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna keep your little butt in the office. You're not gonna
I know, that's funny as fuck. Dangerous it could be. No, it's insanely dangerous.
take up a real challenge. I don't with bullies.
And bro, if police officers like, oh, I feel threatened, they're gonna tase you, they're gonna pull a gun on you, they're gonna put their hands, they're gonna do violence on you. And like you don't like these humans are so unstable and they're already crooks, like they could really fuck you up and kill you and like try to make you sound justified. You see how he wanted, and bro, that chief was like, tell your friends with the cameras to go away and get in the car. He didn't want to, he was gonna fuck this dude up, arrest him, find something to get him on if those dudes didn't stand with him and filmed him.
You try messing with the water bill company when they're trying to collect their bill from you. You try messing with the toll people. You have a long history, longer than a Harry Potter book, of you messing with the citizens of your city. Come here like a real man and sort.
Bro, and he's costed the city over $30 million in lawsuits from malpractice on the job. That's crazy, and a death, and a wrongful death suit. That's crazy, bro. And he's the chief, so who knows what all his officers that work for him and follow his lead are also costing the city. That is actually terrifying, chat. Like, I want to say I've seen a lot of things like, oh yeah, cops are bad like that, but I've not ever seen something like that organized and that bad where like all the cops followed along. That's crazy.
Sort it out, but or you can say you're scared little butt in the office. You pick. You're built like a f***ing potato. All right.
Funny. I didn't even get to the part where I tell you
public area
that she's had me arrested.
What?
Yeah, for picking up her campaign literature off my windshield of my car.
You got cuffed?
Yes. 8 months of them continuing, the court hearing for the case to be dropped by the state's attorney's office for lack of evidence.
Was where we were public area?
Yes.
They arrested her, cuffed her, and there was never a charge. Did you hear what she said? They dropped it for lack of evidence, and there was never a charge for it. Needs to be stopped. Police officers have always been corrupt in a way, but not like corrupt like the whole police department is working together for a common like gang like type manner like that. It's definitely happened, but like that's not as common. Usually there'll be 2 or 3, like blah blah blah. Detainment is arrest. Don't believe them otherwise? What do you mean by that? Detainment is arrest. Lol. No. I mean, like, legally detaining someone is different from arresting them.
And outside.
100%.
We were escorted out, made it seem like we were doing something illegal, taking our IDs, pressed. They wouldn't tell him that if we didn't give them our ID, they were going to do something. He had threats to us.
Like, for example, like, a detainment is for exigent circumstances. That's the legal term for it. So, like, the example during the bombing of the Boston Marathon, everyone was running away and they didn't know, and so they detained a lot of people. Once they figured out, they let them go. But there was never an arrest record or, actual cuffs put on them. You say, am I under arrest? They say you're being detained. By definition of law, detainment is arrest. Huh? But they let me go. No, I've seen the audit. The audit's a good channel, but I feel like it might be a little too slow and like monotone for stream. Detaining can be an interrogation. Now, anytime they're interrogating you, they have to read you your rights. Called him a potato.
You've done the FOIA request. You have all the documents. What kind of stuff have you seen in those documents that catches your attention?
But like I said, you can't detain someone without reasonable suspicion, not even probable cause, reasonable suspicion, or without exigent circumstances. There's some guys that robbed the bank. And then if you arrest someone, they put you in cuffs. There's an arrest report. There's systems that are filed. Your name goes into the system. The arresting officer has that arrest record. In the detainment, you don't fill out any of that information unless it turns into an arrest. I wouldn't want to live there after watching this, to be honest.
Things that stand out, obviously, are the travel. I mean, it's huge. About 2 trips a month, 3 to 6 days for every trip. I would say 95% of them are unrelated to the township. She went to Portland, Oregon for some conference called Her Voice, like a women empower leading other women to God. Anybody who knows when you're using taxpayer funds, when you start putting religion into it, it's a touchy situation because you govern in the township 190,000 voters. Not all of them believe the same thing you do.
How is she living when she goes on these trips?
It's outside of her own pay scale. That's how she she's living. She's not living a $300,000 a year life like she's making. She's living a $1 million life because she's keeping her money.
Remain silent regardless. Yeah, chat, listen. Unless you have a family member that's hurt, missing, or you can save lives or save someone from bodily harm, always exercise your Fifth Amendment right. And if they want to question you in whatever reason, even if you're innocent, ask for a lawyer or ask to be let go.
And spending ours. You get a $600 per day per diem. You don't turn in receipts for those.
Which is a very generous per diem.
You shouldn't be swiping the credit card for anything, ma'am. Why do I see all of your meals on here? Why do I see your hotels on here?
What kind of hotel does she stay in? Is it fancy?
Yeah, Hyatt, Hilton's, Four Seasons.
Four Seasons?
Oh yeah, you name it. Just the best of everything for her. Flying first class to Las Vegas. Her and Keith Freeman. I know the news didn't say that. He put out her $3,700 flight for herself.
She bought a $3,700 flight to Las Vegas?
But Keith Freeman's flight was the same amount. Her and Carmen Carlisle had, $1,600 flight to Atlanta.
Where is she eating? What kind of places is she going to when she eats on the road?
Steakhouses, lobster, anything you could think of that would be high-end dining. For the most part, that's where they're eating. Now, that looked a little different in their little bike ride to Springfield for her non-for-profit. On those trips, they stayed at Hampton Inn. They're bike riding, and they have a full-on DJ being pulled on a trailer behind them. I mean, they're blocking off streets for this.
What else is outrageous that you've seen now that you're privy to the books?
The amount of money she's spending on her PR. That's probably running Thornton Township about $25,000 a month.
So taxpayers, they're not only paying for the front end of all the bad stuff she's spending money on, but they're paying for the PR cleanup on the back end as well.
Absolutely.
What would it take to just remove her from office?
She was recalled. The residents voted to remove her from office.
What was the percentage vote to recall her?
It was about 56%. We were at about 1,900 to remove her and about 1,300 said to leave her.
Her salary is $224,000, but if she doesn't get reelected, the person that takes over will get $25,000, and that's a way to deter people from running against her?
The previous supervisor was in his 9th term. Now you can see the $200,000 salary because he worked for it for 32 years.
Yeah.
She keeps his salary because the law for township municipalities says if you take over his term, you complete the term. Whereas in a regular municipality, like if a mayor passed away and the board appointed somebody, the next municipal election, that mayor would have to run. That seat would be up. But in the township, it doesn't work that way. You finish the entire term. My previous boss had passed away 8 months into his term, so she had a full 3 years to finish. So she gets to keep his pay. What would happen though if she ran in 2025 and she won? She would have went to a first term salary. The pay scale was changed dramatically because she made it that she keeps the salary she has now. Anybody else goes down to 25. There's no more salaries by term. She removed that.
Is there anything positive you can say about the mayor?
I will say she has some ideas that I think are great. The ice rink. It's beautiful. Visually, it looks nice. Had that been done right and had there been a plan in place, a plan for revenue, a plan, for long-term maintenance, a plan on how we were going to bring people out to make sure that the cost was covered at minimum. This could have been good things.
And this is I would say a corrupt mayor and township that's flashy and flaunting it. Imagine how many corrupt townships and mayors that are doing this but keeping it low-key because they're smarter criminals in not getting caught. The mayor may have pushed for it, but the council has to vote it on. I guess, I don't know, because, some of the council members are against it, some of them are not just as liable. I think the whole city, I think she might have blackmail and got the whole, council, so dirty they have to go along with her. When the president of the United States.
For the community. Because of the choice to always do things in a me.
Most presidents are, millionaires by the time they run for president because they're making so much in the Senate, so much in the Congress, so much being the board of this oil company, so much with, for heading this big pharma, and so much for being a scientist and a donor here and a speaker on this board and this. They're already millionaires. They don't give a fuck about the president's salary.
Manner, it never feels like it's for the community. All of the qualities that we see now that are these big beast qualities, those were all there when she was just little Tiffany Henyard that was a trustee here in Dalton. They just magnified with the money and the power.
I got let go from the township. I was the maintenance manager for 20 years. I was getting ready to retire. I went on vacation. Came back off vacation, I was locked out of my office. Was told that I had to see Keith Freeman for my keys. I sat up at the township 3 days in the lobby, getting paid, waiting for my keys. And on the 4th day, I said, forget it. I just took 2 sick days. Then that Friday, I got a termination letter saying I was terminated.
And so your benefits from retiring, or did you not have access to that?
She didn't mess with that at all.
We got harassed by Officer Lacey. What can you say about him?
He's one of the mayor's lynchmen. He just got appointed that spot when the other police chief resigned.
He was appointed there? I grew up near Dalton. Hopefully you're not anywhere near there. The police chief was appointed by the mayor. By Mayor Tiffany. More than that, I'm not now. That's crazy talk.
Is there anything in the books that reflect that police officers are getting kickbacks from the mayor?
Oh, they're overtime. It averages about 100 hours a pay period for her security. The one he had 303 hours on one bi-weekly pay period.
Most of that at an overtime
check.
rate.
Yep.
A $13,000 check.
Absolutely.
A cop made $13,000 in 2 weeks, chat. And like, not even saying that police officers don't deserve to get paid more, but imagine a police officer actually working his ass off in an inner city like the Bronx or a tough area down in the south of Florida like Miami, who are getting paid $20,000 a year and they're not able to make that much overtime. And he got paid that because his overtime was working as the mayor's security, chat. He wasn't in the community, helping people with this, making arrests, doing tickets, doing whatever police officers are supposed to do. He was working her security, chat.
That's a cop or security guard?
It was her security guard.
Folks, this channel does not stand for bullies, so I'm happy to put out this piece about Tiffany and Officer Lacey. I hope that town gets cleaned up soon. And folks, just a reminder to contribute to Dr. Scott's GoFundMe. Let's help her out. And last thing, RIP mainstream media. The independents like me are taking over and they don't like that. You want to rep the movement? Go to the website.